So welcome everyone. This is our 6th grade. Welcome to new families for the Gifted Magnet program. Thank you for joining us tonight. The main purpose of tonight is to kind of just do a quick overview, introduce some teachers, and then also to allow you to have time to ask questions. Now, if Zoom is new to you, on the very bottom of your screen, if you take your cursor, you'll see that there is a chat box. We're going to be monitoring the chat box. So if you have some questions, you can put it in there. And then either the teachers, Mr. Choi, Mr. Barbosa, they will be answering some of the chats tonight. And then at the very end, we will have a Q&A for those of you who, you can continue asking questions as well. I forgot to introduce myself. I am Miss Cohen. I'm the one you've been getting emails from. Welcome. I am the magnet coordinator for both the Gifted Magnet and the Modern Media and Communications Magnet. But tonight we're gonna concentrate on the Gifted Magnet. So let me share my screen. All right. So this is our logo. It's the Gifted High Ability Magnet for Palms Middle School, and we want to welcome you tonight. So the agenda for tonight is first, Mr. Choi will be just saying a few words, looking forward to next year, kind of giving you an idea of what some of our themes are for the following year. Then we have quite a few teachers here tonight. I'm going to introduce them just so you can have a face to some of our wonderful, outstanding, amazing teachers in the Gifted Magnet program. Then we are lucky enough to have a student here tonight. Lincoln Elbert will be speaking to give some words of wisdom to your incoming 6th graders of what to expect and maybe some advice for them. And then we are lucky tonight, we have Stacy Short, who's our president of Friends of Palms, which is a fantastic organization that we have. It's a parent-run organization, and she's going to tell you about it and how you can get involved. And then next, we'll talk about some important dates. Finally, we'll talk about what do we know about next year, because I know that's a lot on everyone's mind is what does next year look like? And then at the very end, we're going to do some questions and answers. All right, so I'm going to put this over to Mr. Choi.
Good evening, families. My name is Leonard Choi. If we were in person, hopefully this will be the last time we will have to do this via Zoom. But if we were in person, I will give you a handshake. So as of today, I wanted to give you a virtual handshake. Nice to meet you. I just want to say thank you so much for entrusting in us for us to be able to educate your child for the next 3 years. I know that it was a very difficult decision to find out which school would be the right fit for your child. I will tell you, I will give you a high five for making the right decision by sending your child to Palms Middle School. I believe that we have not only a strong academic program for your child, but a staff that cares. There's a track record, a history of just successful students where we can definitely propel them and to help them to be successful on day one of their high school careers. And so I'm excited. Thank you again for entrusting your child's education to us. We do have I was surprised at the number of teachers that are on this call on their vacation. And so thank you so much to our teachers as well. Every year you'll hear a different theme from me. And this year my theme is the comeback. I believe, it's been difficult for many of our students to learn online for the past year and a half almost, and then to not have that interpersonal connection as they would have. And so this year, I'm working on making sure that we have a strong comeback so that we, accelerate for students that need the acceleration, and of course, to be able to provide intervention courses for students that do need so that we can fill in those gaps. And so you're going to hear this theme over and over again. This is our comeback year. I know some of our teachers are like, oh, another theme. And this is pretty exciting in terms of like, it keeps me grounded in terms of what I need to do as a principal. The other thing too is you will see me often. I will do my best to always meet with parents and engage our students, always in a personal level. With that said, I do have a couple things I just wanted to share with you. During this phase, it is a phase. If you remember when you were in school, and I could imagine how frustrated my parents were with me when I was a teenager or preteen years. Um, just remember, say this to yourself over and over again. It's just a phase. It's just a phase. It is just a phase, because your child will test you because they are in that developmental years. But this is a time where you don't want to miss out, right? You do not want to miss out on this part, the most pivotal point as they launch into adulthood. This is the entry point, the gate. So please make sure that you don't miss out. So these are a couple of things I want you to be reminded of in the middle years. I'm not going to read them to you. I'll just highlight a couple of things. Your child is developing their emotional, social, cognitive, their physical, and communication. They're also stretching boundaries here. And that includes their own spiritual development and their own way of communication. I'm sorry, their own sense of self-awareness. So just know that. The other thing too is they're developing new social contacts, right? Making friendship, even like, finding someone they like, right? That's where they're gonna figure it out. I mean, that's when I learned I had a crush, and it was like such an emotional and adrenaline rush, right? They're gonna take health classes, lockers, and combination. They're gonna go through various changes. Development of habits of minds are and study skills are going to be critical. And of course, self-efficacy in terms of like taking care of themselves, realizing, oh my gosh, I can't go 5 days without taking a shower anymore. They're going to come to those realization. And these are the important years where you made the right choice, because the staff and faculty members here at Palms Middle School care about your child. And that is one of the biggest reasons this school has been successful for over 70 years. Participation. You need to be an active participant. I know that when your child was probably in kindergarten, first and second grade, you were probably a room mom. You were definitely heavily entrenched and involved in your child's educational program. Parents, I'm going to say it is important that you continue that, not just sixth grade, but seventh and eighth grade. These are the informative years where your child is going to develop themselves, but will be, getting ready for that high school. And then, of course, the African proverbs that we've heard, it takes a village to raise a child. It is important, parents, that you communicate with us and communicate early on. Okay. And then, of course, here's the thing, when you're dealing with preteens, it's because they're going to do things that are just really weird, but be patient with them. Their brains, as you know, are not fully developed, and it won't be developed until 21 to 25, as study says. So what is your role as a parent? Is you need to affirm their personal journey. And this is a journey, right? Of the not only the body, but also the mind and spirit. Also, you need to help in order for you to help your child learn. What do you need to do? You need to be able to connect those important dots for them, right? This is where they're starting to make those connections to the greater world. The thing too is, how do you capture your child's heart, have that deeper relationship with them, provide stability, right? That means making sure that they have a safe place where they can do their study without disruption. Make sure that you have routines and rituals, even in your in your home. And last but not least, one of the big important thing is teaching morals, teaching the importance of your values and your culture is to affirm their learning values and structure as well. So with that said, a couple of things to just reiterate my importance of your role is to get involved. You're going to hear tonight from Miss Stacy Short, who is our Friends of Palms, our Booster Club president. That's one organization to get involved in. We also need individuals to get involved into our PTA, as well as our schools governance council, such as School Site Council. And if your child's in the English Language Arts, English Learner Program, the ELAC Council. So definitely get involved. And that is the best way of getting involved. I'm going to tell you, parents, your child will say, Mom, I don't want to see you at school. I promise you, they would love to see you in school in a good way, because they know that they feel loved when you're visible and you're active in their school. And last but and a couple more things. Get plugged in, okay? That means please sign up for the parent portal. I know that in your elementaries, this has been heavily emphasized. Get involved, get plugged in, log into parent portal, and then of course, make sure that you have an updated contact information, because I send out weekly and multiple, text messages, emails. So make sure you are plugged in and you're in the know, because, we send out a lot of information. You'll once in a while, you'll hear a voice message from me or my team, but most of my communication will be done via email and through SMS. And then, of course, parents, one of my commitments to you as your child is transitioning into this wonderful, beautiful metamorphosis year is to provide you workshops and trainings that will help you as a parent to understand their development, but also understand what they are learning in this school. So workshops are coming. So be on the lookout for that. This is beyond just a traditional coffee with the principal and the evening parent meetings. And so be on the lookout for that. I want to make sure that you feel connected to the school, but most importantly, you develop as a parent as well. And last but not least, parents, this is going to be our comeback year. My goal is that we are going on a steep trajectory, but this cannot be done just by my own singular vision. It has to be a joint effort with not only our students, but also our staff, especially our faculty, and of course, you. With that said, thank you so much. I'm gonna hand it back over to Ms. Cohen. I'll stick around, I'll answer questions. And thank you once again for choosing Palms Middle School as your #1 destination for your child's education. With that said, thank you. Have a great evening.
So I just was in the middle of thanking Mr. Choi for coming tonight, and all of the parents and your students, because it does take the students also to get involved. We have a lot of clubs, we have a lot of activities. And so you will also have the opportunity to get involved into Palms community just as much as your parents will. And with that being said, I would like to turn it over to some of our teachers to introduce themselves if they would like. So for example, we have Miss Garrett. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, families. I am Miss Garrett. I'm a 7th grade history teacher at Palms. It is, my goodness, going to be my 17th year, even though I told Lincoln it was like my 150th year at Palms. It is a pleasure to see you all here, and I look forward to not this year, but the next year, having your students in my class. My class is an adventure, and I really look forward to meeting your children. Thank you.
All right, Miss Gibson.
Hello, parents. Hello, students. I recognize a lot of your faces out there and your names. So hello to all of you. I've been at Palms for a long time. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm a 6th grade English and history teacher. I teach both in the magnet and in the regular school. I'm still getting over saying goodbye to my last group of 6th graders. The tears, oh my word, I can't even begin to tell you. So it's taken a couple days to kind of get over that one, because I get so vested with my students. I team with Miss Igarashi, who could not be here this evening. But welcome to Palms. My own kids went to Palms, so welcome, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you. Mr. Kim.
Welcome, Palms families. My name is Mr. Kim. I teach sixth grade English history in the Gifted Magnet. I am also in charge of sixth grade leadership. So watch out, future sixth graders. We're gonna have a Halloween dance, script spelling bee. We're gonna have a lot of fantastic events planned for you guys. All right, so keep that in mind. What else? We have a Black History Month show dedicated to the Harlem Renaissance. And all I'm telling you is you're going to have a great time at Palms. We have some fantastic teachers. And shout out to my student, Lincoln, who last time I saw Lincoln was in March 2020. We just did our Warner Brothers premiere at their Burbank Claude in a show about Motown Records. So shout out to Lincoln. Good luck in 8th grade. And welcome all of you to Palms.
Thank you. And Mr. Vinstein.
Hello, parents and students. My name is Mr. Vinstein. Unlike my colleagues, this is my first year at Palms, so I'm very excited to be here and to meet all of you. I'm also going to be teaching English and history, and very excited to meet all of your students and join the Palms family. So nice to meet you all.
Thank you. And Miss Anderson.
Hi, I am Miss Anderson. I've been at Palms. This is my 23rd year, and I taught in Kansas City prior to that. I teach 7th and 8th grade highly accelerated math, so I'm sure I will see your lovely children in a couple of years. So I just want to welcome you to Palms and welcome.
Thank you. And then Mr. Barbosa.
Yes, hi. Good evening, parents. Thank you for being here. And like Mr. Choi said, thank you for choosing Palms. I am Rene Barbosa, assistant principal. And my main charge here is I'm in charge of the counseling office. I am in my office right now. Just one thing, we will have new counselors next year. We have chosen some great counselors, and the 6th grade counselor you guys are going to love. So welcome to Palms, and we're here to help.
Yeah, thank you. So Ms. Shin is going to be our counselor next year. We are fantastic counselors. They all retired together. So we have a great new team coming in. So that's very exciting. So thank you all you teachers for coming out tonight. You can see we have such a dedicated group of people. Now, one of the things to let you know for your incoming 6th graders, they will have, most of the classes, they will have a team of teachers. So they will have one teacher teaches English and history, and then their other teacher will teach the science and the math. And then they'll have their elective and their PE. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce Lincoln Elbert, who is one of our students. Lincoln.
Ms. Cohen, we forgot Ms. Shimizu.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you come in. Please introduce yourself. Ms. Shimizu.
You, Mr. Kim.
I'm
Hi.
so sorry.
Ms. Shimizu. I teach the highly accelerated and honors math and science for 6th grade. So I'm excited to see all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so sorry about that. Is there any other teacher? Because there's a lot of people in the room. Is there anyone else I did not see? Okay. Sorry about that. All right. So Lincoln, would you like to tell us a few words of wisdom for our incoming 6th graders?
Yeah, hi, my name's Lincoln Elbert. Tonight I'm just going to talk about all the things I love most about Palms and some of the words of wisdom I have for the new students. I think the one thing that I've learned over the 2 years that I've been here so far is how much the school emphasizes teamwork. But during the 2 years that I've been here, the teachers stressed working together more than anything else. I think we did more group projects together here than I've done at any other school. We did cool shows in the auditorium all year long. We even worked on math homework together on the phone after school and in class. It saved me a couple times. On a serious note, another thing I enjoy about the school so much is how engaging the teachers are with their students. Like they really want you to succeed more than any other school. Students, don't be afraid to ask questions because they will give you an answer and try to help you out as much as they possibly can. When I first came into 6th grade, I was really worried because I thought they were going to overload us with tons of homework. But the very first day that I walked into school, they made it very clear to me that they were not trying to stress me out or make me feel overloaded. The homework amount was about average, but I never felt like I was going to stay past my bedtime to finish an assignment. Side note, don't procrastinate. The point is, I could go on and on about the different ways that Palms makes me feel like I belong here, but I'm pretty sure they told me to keep this speech under 2 minutes. So thank you and have a great night.
Thank you so much, Lincoln, for that. And, you know, I think a couple things that he highlighted that is so important is, you know, we are here to make you succeed. So if you are struggling, your teachers are here for you. You need to communicate with them, and then we will try and help you. So just never be afraid to approach an adult or a counselor or a coordinator or an administrator, or even just someone that's walking around, an adult that's on campus, a staff member, because we do work as a team and we are here for you. So thank you so much for those words of advice. And I do like the thing about the procrastinating. It is true. It's hard sometimes not to do that, but that's always a good thing to try not to do.
Learn from experience.
Yes, exactly. All right, so on to the next note. And again, parents, don't forget, if you want to ask any questions right now, you have the chat that's available. And if you have something specific you want to ask, you can put in the chat. And Mr. Choi or Mr. Barbosa would be happy to answer you from the chat as well. All right, so right now I'd like to introduce Ms. Stacy Short, our president of Friends of Palms.
Hi, so nice to see everybody here. I keep looking at the numbers, and it's so exciting to see all these new families that are going to be coming to Palms. I have been at Palms for I don't know how long. My oldest has graduated high school, so I've been there since before he was in high school. So I have had, this is my third child at Palms. He's in 7th grade. And although it's been a very rough year, I have nothing but wonderful, wonderful things to say about the staff, the campus. I'm definitely one of those parents that when we started was fearful of the size of the big school. I remember when my husband first dropped my kid off, I was like, "You did what? What do you mean you just dropped him off?" And so it was a very hard transition, but the thing that made it so much easier and just comforting to me is every time I was on campus, teachers have their classrooms open for the kids. Teachers are walking around. There are adults everywhere. People are really engaging. The kids are they're very respectful. They're all really good kids. I know Mr. Choi said something about having even if your kids say they don't want to see you on campus, they do. Some of them may not, but the nice thing is it is a big campus. They can hide from you if they need to. And so having said that, obviously I do believe in Palms a lot to take on the role of president of Friends of Palms. I was involved with Friends of Palms since I started there. And we're always looking for new people. We have lots of committees we have to get going again. We have some board positions we would love to fill with new people, especially those of you that may be here for a few years. And I think that's most of it. I'm definitely always available for any questions. We do all of the fundraising for the school. We put on a breakfast for the teachers to return. We do 2 lunches throughout the year. We support most of the asks in the school that we can. We have our budget that's available to everybody, and I think that's most of it.
Stacy, can you just explain really fast, if a parent wants to get involved, how would they find more information about Friends of Palms?
So on the website, there is a whole tab dedicated to Friends of Palms. And there is an email address there that we check pretty regularly. So any questions come through there, we can certainly answer them. And, you know, even if you're just curious about what it entails, I promise, somebody just asked me to link the website here. I can definitely do that when I stop talking. But yeah, I mean, I promise I won't hold anybody to the commitment. You know, if you want more info, I will not hunt you down. I'll just answer as best I can and hope that you'll be intrigued enough to keep asking. Otherwise, you know, thank you for your interest. So that's a really good idea to link the website. I'll do that in a minute.
And also you guys have a Facebook page as well.
We do. Yeah, that one we have two of them. So we have a public one that we try not to post any info that is of current kids or anything like that, or any current events, because for privacy issues. But we do have a private group as well that, you know, with a couple questions that get answered, we have people join, and that's where we post a lot of stuff too. The budget may be available on the website. I don't know that this year's budget has been, but I know there have been past budgets on the website. So I think that's most of it. Oh, Miss Garrett has already put the link, so that's awesome. I think we're good.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you all. Yeah, again, any questions, feel free to send them over to the Friends of Palms email and we'll get back to you. Thanks so much. Hope to see you all at some of our meetings at least.
Can you just really quickly tell them how often you have meetings and when they usually are?
Yeah, so they're usually monthly. We have them pretty much monthly. I think our first one will start in September as opposed to August. I think we take December and January off because they're short months. In the past, we've met in the evenings in the library, but I have to admit the Zoom has worked so nicely, and I think it might be a little bit easier and more inclusive. So we might try and either stick with that or add, you know, do a combination thereof. So that's still something that we need to determine.
All right.
But it's Tuesdays, I think it's the third Tuesdays of the month at 6:30 p.m.
So I wanted to show you this really fast. We had a lot of our amazing teachers here. Mr. Martinez couldn't be here tonight. This is a new program that he is being trained in right now. And I wanted to share this because there are a lot of things in the Gifted Magnet where we are looking at starting pathways, getting more theme-based, even looking at Spanish and things like that. So this is a particular program that will be starting for 7th and 8th graders, not for 6th graders yet. And I just want to show you a video about it.
Computer science has disrupted entire industries. It's changed the way we think, it's changed the way we communicate, it's changed the way we work, and it has the opportunity to change the way we teach students.
And having even a little bit of grounding in computer science can help you think about the world differently.
And getting past that initial fear of what computer science is what's going to change the whole field of computer science.
Okay.
To work, it covers some web development, how do websites get made, how do they get published. You get to do some programming with video games. We talk about socially impactful areas of computer science.
Well, it's fun because a lot of the time you get to collaborate with other people, and you also get to get some insight on other people's ideas. You can do a lot of creativity stuff. So if you're a creative person, you might like it too.
And it always helps you with your life, no matter what you're doing. Computer science is always there.
It's about the meaning of the work, like changes that you actually want to see in the world, or fun that you want to have, or beauty that you want to experience.
Through the act of making something simple, you're learning all these lessons that you're going to be able to use to make really anything that you want.
There are a lot of challenges along the way, but it's pretty satisfying in the end where you get to just stand back and look at what you've done.
And choosing to be a part of this is a big deal.
It really helps. It's just like a skill to have. Like instead of saying, I don't know how to do it, you can say, I do know how to do it.
All right, so that's just something new that's coming along for us. A new program that our teacher, Mr. Martinez, is going to be teaching. for our 7th and 8th graders. So next year, looking ahead, if your child is interested in it, they can put that down as an elective. I want to go over important dates really quickly. So just in your enrollment packets, I did have the dates, but I just want to go over them one more time so that you can put them in your calendars. Don't forget what we call the parent check-in. It's just like registration for 6th graders. It's going to be by your last name, and it's on Monday, the 9th of August. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, sorry, I should have the Wednesday in there, you're going to have Camp Palms. So it's going to, on Tuesday, it's going to start at 8:30 because you're going to drop off your child and register them. But then on Wednesday, it's going to start at 9 and end at noon. And then on Tuesday, we will have a parent orientation from 9 to 10. So all you parents come back in and we're going to have our orientation at that time. Our first day of instruction is going to be on Monday, August 16th. So mark your calendars. One thing I do want to say about Camp Palms, if your child can't make it, it's okay. This is we do encourage them to come because it's a great opportunity for them to get together, meet other kids, get comfortable with the campus. They get to see where everything is. But, we understand this is a different kind of year, and some people are going to be out vacationing till the very end. That's okay. On Friday, the 27th, one of the things is Mr. Choi hosts Coffee with the Principal every month, and we encourage you to come and participate in Coffee with the Principal. So that will be our first Coffee with the Principal. Now, this year, we have a really long break in September from Friday, the 3rd of September through Tuesday, the 7th, will be no school. So you're going to get a 5-day weekend. So if there's any families out there thinking of doing another mini trip, this would be the time to look into it. And then I just want to give you a heads up. This is tentative, but as of right now, we have the 15th will be picture day. So those are the first main dates that are going to be coming up in the school year. Now, you heard us talk about our website. If you have not had a chance, and if someone can put the website in the chat, our website is amazing. It has more information than you could probably spend your free time on. You can spend hours on it. You can find out everything you need to know on our website, but all of the main events and things that are coming up are going to be on the landing page. So what I always say to parents is check the website often. If you're unsure, your child tells you something that's going on and you're like, what? Check the website. It will be up there, right? All right, so I talked a little bit about PreCheck just to give you the update again. PreCheck is really important. This is when if your child's going to pick up their iPad, they're going to get their books, they're going to get their schedule. If you haven't had a chance or you're having a difficult time getting on the parent portal, we will have someone there to help you with the parent portal. But I highly recommend if you haven't done it, try and get it on now. On our website, there's a tutorial of how to do it as well. So that's something you might want to do ahead of time before school starts. So this is the pre-check-in, and you'll come during your child's last name, if possible. The all grade makeup day on August 12th, I will tell you, is the busiest day. So if you can come during your grade level day, that is the time to do it. All right. Camp Palms. So like I was just talking about earlier, it's going to be the 2 consecutive days. Terry, Miss Anderson is here. Do you want to say a few words about Camp Palms really quick? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you are the expert.
That's okay, because I was seeing some questions in the chat. So for 6th grade, camp for 6th graders is the Tuesday and the Wednesday. The Thursday is our one day for 7th grade because they missed out on our camp experience in 6th grade. So to answer the question in the chat, for 6th grade, the camp is the Tuesday and the Wednesday. So they go to 4 different sessions each day. They get to meet new friends. They get scavenger hunt. They're going to do a walking tour. We've never done the walking tour before, but I think it's important because a lot of times the kids come to school and they don't know where the restrooms are and how to enter the lunchroom and how to get their food. So we decided a tour would be an excellent new addition. So it's a fun experience. Kids do get to meet new people. They get to see some of their old friends from their elementary. So I would encourage you, like Ms. Cohen said, if they can come for the 2 days, it's a great experience for those 6th graders.
Thank you. One thing you'll notice that we will have on a lot of our information that we send out is challenge the mind and inspire the spirit. That is our motto at Palms Middle School. And so that is one of the things we try and instill in everything we do at Palms. So now I've kind of breezed over just the main things. One of the things I know a lot of people have a question of is, and I don't know if it's already been answered in the chat, is what is next year going to look like? So some of it, it's still like almost like a living document where we are hearing things as they happen. From my understanding is, and Mr. Choi can chime in on this, is there is still going to be an online option, and then there's going to be in person. And as it is right now with how things are standing, we will have in person 5 days a week instruction. If you decide to do an online, it is not going to be with Palms teachers. Rather, it's going to be through our COSA. If you don't know what the COSA is, that is our group of schools that we're part of. The Palms are the Hamilton COSA. We're the only middle school, they're the high school, and then the elementary schools. So there will be a cohort of teachers teaching online. And so your child, it's almost like its own kind of academy that they will do the online. We don't know what that means, like if they sign up for it yet, if they can come back or they have to commit. Those questions, as far as I know, have not been answered. That's as much as we know about that. But we are looking at a regular school day with 6 classes a day. Okay. Anyone want to ask any other questions right now?
If I can chime in real quick in regards to opening, as you know, the superintendent has committed to having a full reopening. And as Ms. Cohen mentioned, those individuals or families that still want to stay online, it will be somewhere within our Hamilton Community of School network where they will do their work remotely. And I just got word that they will be also encouraged to sign up for courses through City of Angels, which does like independent study or use a software program called Edgenuity for online learning. All right. I know that there was a question here. If I can just go back real quick. In terms of a recording, we're recording this session. As soon as the recording is there, we will probably post it up on our school's website. So families that missed this meeting tonight will be able to kind of get that information, or for families to go back and access the recording. The start time for the school is going to be 8 a.m. And then I believe school ends traditionally at 3 p.m. with the exception of professional development Tuesdays. The mask policy and vaccination policy. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know. We're awaiting further county and state guidelines in terms of what that is going to be. As you know, CDC has minimized the social distancing parameters from 6 feet to 3 feet, but our district is still adopting the 6 feet protocol. So I don't know when they will update that information. So as soon as we get word, we will find out. You know, obviously, if we're going to do a full reopening, we have to have the seating capacity increase, because as of right now, each room probably outfits 12 to 15 students per classroom. I just said school ends at 3 o'clock with the exception of PD Tuesdays. Can someone tell me, one of the staff members, I don't know what time PD Tuesday ends. I think it's 1:30.
1:30. I put it in the chat.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Garrett, for that. I also want to just, I know Ms. Cohen did a quick plug to Dr. Quadra, who manages and has a team of individuals that help out with the website. It is robust, it is dense. I like what Ms. Cohen said. If your child doesn't know, it's probably on the website, and it's absolutely true. I also want to mention, this year, we had an outstanding young man who wanted to take more of a lead in terms of being able to put student focus or student based content, and we created a special section for students to be able to upload some of their work. And so I want you to take time to take a look. I know one of the parent is on the call, Miss Brand, her son Zohar has spearheaded that along with Dr. Quadra and his team. And so thank you for that. Let's see, Ms. Cohen, I'll just kind of go through. Ms. Garrett, awesome. Thank you for putting in those links. Make sure you join us, Ms. Garrett, tomorrow night for the other magnet meeting as well. All right. With that said, I'm just going to pause here, hand it back to Ms. Cohen for any further questions.
Hi.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, I'm sorry, I'm driving. I can't type in the chat, and I have a question.
Sure.
So if, let's say my son is using transportation over to the school, are they able to participate in sports or no?
All right, so that's a good question. So all students are allowed to participate in sports. We have what's called primetime sports, I think is what it's called. And it is an after-school program open to everyone. Now, if your child qualifies for transportation, we do not have a bus that comes for after the activities. It would be up to the family to come and pick them up after the activity is over. But yes, they can participate in it. So if there, and someone did ask in the chat what kind of clubs and activities there are. I'll tell you one thing about the clubs and things like that is clubs are a lot of time, they're student driven. So for example, one year I did a kiddish club, which was based off of the Harry Potter movie, where some kids came up to me and they're like, oh, we really want to do a Harry Potter themed club. So they put it together, they found a sponsor, and then we had it. And it lasted like 2 years, and then it kind of disappeared. And then someone came up to me one time and said, oh, I want to do a jewelry making club. And I was like, fine, let's do a jewelry making club. So clubs do change every year based on student interests. But historically, some of the clubs that we had, I'm going to let the teachers talk a little bit about them. But I know you guys want to tell us about some of the clubs that we've had on campus.
So I can tell you there's lunchtime clubs and there's after school clubs, and most students sign up for whatever their interest is. So for example, every Fridays I have classical music, eating chocolate while puzzling club, and it's a great place for the kids to come, and it's open to all grade levels. And it's just a wonderful way for kids to meet and socialize. They bring their lunches, they sit, and it's so lovely. And really, I've seen so many friendships bond and form at these just safe little havens. And right across from me on Wednesday is the chess club. Really, really good opportunities. And there is so many different interests that all of our teachers put together. There's Penheads, which is a writing club, really fun activities for the kids. And it really taps into their social, emotional, and really getting them to get to know different people and same people. They start off with their buddies from elementary, and then they expand out and really get to meet different kids this way.
Yeah. So like some of the clubs, they've had music, they've had art, they've had different like a poetry club, things like that. So they do change every year. So we'll kind of see what happens next year. One thing there was a question in the chat that asked about forms before the pre-check-in for 6th graders. So all of you should have received the enrollment forms. I think there's still about 20 families that I'm waiting to get their gifted enrollment forms back. So if you haven't had a chance to do it, my last day is Friday. So I really need to encourage you to drop them off before then. You will be getting additional forms. If it was in that letter that I sent in the forms it'll be in July. Those are for the parent pre-check-in. Now, many of those forms are going to look just like the forms that you did for the magnet office. So let me explain. We're a school within a school, but we are all Palms. Okay, so our kids do everything that Palms do. But what I mean by that is I keep forms that are for the magnet students in the magnet office. So when you get the forms for the parent check-in, those are going to be for the main office. So you're going to be refilling out your emergency form, refilling out an RUP, refilling out a photo release form. But then there'll be some additional forms. So even though you've already filled them out for the magnet office, we want you to fill them out again, because especially emergency forms, let me tell you, if your child really has an emergency, we don't want to run from office to office. I know I will have every single emergency form in a binder in my office, and I can get to it, pull it, and if we have an ambulance coming, there is no hesitation. I can get on it. And that's one of the reasons why it is so important. And also, we're going to be looking at starting maybe an Instagram this year, or adding more things to our website. So that's why those photo release forms are really important and things like that, because we want to be able to have your children participate in those things as well. Okay. Other questions? Sorry, my mouse is broken, so I can't scroll
Ms.
down.
Cohen, the question here says, am I still able to apply for transportation to see if their child qualifies?
So I don't know if someone can go on the website really fast and go to the magnet page. And on the magnet page, there is a link that says magnet transportation. If someone can go to that page and then put it in there, that particular magnet transportation, you can go on there. You are automatically signed up for transportation if you live 5 radius miles or more. And it unfortunately is not by Google Maps. It is, they put a pin in the map right where Palms Middle School is, and they draw a straight line. And if you look at that website, there's a big red circle. If you live within that red circle, you do not qualify for transportation. If you live outside the circle, then you will qualify for bus transportation. Now, our office does not actually issue any of the transportation information. We will get it right when school begins. How you will find out is, one, if you look on there and you're outside, you will know that you're going to get transportation, but you will find out your bus stop and your pickup and your drop off times about a week before school starts, because there's a lot of movement that goes on. So they wait until the last week before school starts before they notify the family. So just be patient, you'll get notified. But if you are unsure, please go on that website. And then once you put your address in, there's a little like magnifying glass. You'll put your address in there. You have to kind of scroll out to be able to see the whole map, because it kind of hones into where your house is. And sometimes you can't tell if it's within or outside the circle. So you've got to scroll out to see where you're at. And unfortunately, the district is very strict. I've had people who were at 4.99. They did not get qualified, but their friend across the street did. And that is totally out of our hands. It's all done downtown. And it's if you have any questions about transportation, the number there is 1-800-LA-BUSES. That is the direct line for Los Angeles Unified School Buses, 1-800-LA-BUSES. All right, another question? I'll put that in.
I think you updated all the questions here. And if you do take the buses and a bus ever doesn't come for your child,
That's the number you come. If for some reason they don't show up, they have to go back and pick up your child. So just to let you know. Do the sports have tryouts? I'm going to let Mr. Barbosa, do you know the answer to that one?
He's not here right
Oh.
now. I am not sure if there's any tryouts. I know some of the
Gibson has her hand up. Ms.
Oh, go
Gibson,
for
you
it.
want to enlighten us about that one?
Oh my goodness, you guys. This is the great thing about Palms is we have great sports and we have a great PE department and great PE teachers. Unbelievable. Thank goodness we have Mr. Mendoza and he runs our sports teams and we represent in this district. We have trophies to prove it. Stacy Short, you know what I'm talking about. Basketball, soccer. So he organizes it and he's pretty much at the mindset of everybody is welcomed, but he will be able to give you guys more details at Camp Palms. I'm pretty sure you might see him at Camp Palms. But we do have a really great sports program, a team program. We compete against other middle schools. He gives up his Saturdays often to go and do these things. And male, female, you name it, everybody is included. So my kids have participated in it. So it's fantastic. So you can let your kids know that they will wear their Palms jerseys and they will represent.
And
I'd also like to add really quick, sorry, Ms. Cohen. There is something that we do traditionally at Palms. If your student is into track and field, it is the Mile Challenge. And there's a lot of history to the Mile Challenge. And it is wonderful. It's a ceremony that is put on by the PE department. Parents are invited and it is really fun. And we go all out for the Mile Challenge. It is a fantastic event. So looking forward to hopefully seeing, and it is by grade level. So hopefully your student will be part of that as well.
Yeah, thank you. I did see a question about would the gym clothes be sold during Camp Palms? I know for sure that they're going to be sold during the parent check-in. Terry, do you know if
in the past, yes, they've been sold during Camp Palms, but it would depend on, yes, because I would suggest purchasing during your registration, because during Camp Palms, the other grade level parents will be coming in for their check-in also. So I would encourage you to just buy them during your check-in time.
Which your check-in time is the day before Camp Palms. So that's a good suggestion. Okay, I think we've answered most of the questions. The sixth graders in the lockers. Do you want to answer that one?
Yes, so there's no lockers. I know we have lockers in our hall in the main building. Students do not use those lockers. It is only PE lockers that they will be using, and they will be issued to their from their PE teachers. And then how do you sign up for transportation? You can either go onto the LAUSD transportation website.
No,
or
you don't sign up for transportation.
Got it. Okay.
Your address is automatically put in a database, and if you qualify for transportation, they will notify you. There isn't any signing up. You're automatically provided transportation if you're 5 radius miles or more away from the school. Okay.
Can I chime in about lockers?
Sure.
I know that one of the things that with books. So in the past, and I'm guessing it'll probably be the same way, but the kids get a set of books to take home and then they don't have to carry them back to school every day because the teachers have books in the classroom for the kids to use. I don't know if COVID has changed that. One of you all can talk about that, but that was, you know, obviously when you hear that kids don't have a locker, you think, oh my gosh, they have to carry their books back and forth. But I think that was the way we handled it in the past.
I do see, do they have a padlock on the locker? What are the lockers like in the locker room? There's locks on them already?
It's the built-in ones where it's the one just right outside your office.
Okay. The 6th grade general elective is a creative expressions elective, and it depends on the teacher on which one it is. We have some of the teachers that teach if they'd like to say a quick word about it.
This past year, since we were at home for much of the time, my elective was geography and food around the world. And I'm so much older than many of you, but I don't know if you remember in middle school, we had home ec and we had sewing and cooking and metal shop and wood shop. So since I was at home, I did a cooking class in my kitchen. And what we did is we focused on the ancient civilizations in 6th grade. And then we made a recipe from every single one of the civilizations. And we all cooked together. And then we focused on the geography of that area and what foods are known to be grown in that area. So that's one of the things that I did this year. And it was a blast to cook with my students. They can make baklava like nobody's business. The other thing that Ms. Igarashi did, she's a 6th grade math and science teacher, she combined art with math. And at first I kind of looked at her and I thought, how are you going to do this? It was beautiful and amazing how by doing their artwork, they were able to see patterns with the math. She focused in on Fibonacci sequence, things like that. We also have a science bowl as an elective in 6th grade and competing against other middle schools in the LA DWP puts on the science bowl. They do it at the high school level. They do it at the middle school level. This year, we're also talking about some different electives that involve possibly a little bit more technology, a little bit more computer-based keyboarding, things like that. But then, of course, we also have band and orchestra, beginning winds, beginning strings, 6th grade leadership, which is phenomenal. Mr. Kim does an amazing job. So that kind of gives you an idea. I also want to put in a plug for going to Camp Palms, parents. Those 2 days, oftentimes my students say, that's where I met somebody and I still eat lunch with them to this very day. That's where I found out this. That's where I found out where to go to buy chips from the student store when my parents don't know. They really benefit from going to Camp Palms, and then their first day of school, they are not nearly as nervous. So you also get to drop them, listen a little bit, and then leave, and we will take care of your child, and you can go and do whatever you need to do. But I really encourage you to sign up to go to Camp Palms.
Thank you so much. All right, I just want to be mindful of all of our teachers and their time. They are on vacation and it's been well deserved. So if you have any other really pressing questions, you guys all have my email because I've emailed many times already, but it's kelly.cohen@lausd.net. You are more than welcome to email me. Over the summertime, I will not be checking it daily, but every once in a while I will check it and I will get back to you. But you have to be patient because I think everyone can say this is a summer that everyone needs a little rest as well. So I want to thank the students. You are going to have so much fun this year. I think this is a time where I know a focus when we talk to the teachers is about building relationships, getting back together, having that community sense again. And that is something we are going to be working on to have those opportunities for you. Parents, to let you know, Palms is a safe environment. We are a community. If you ever have a concern, let us know. We are here for you. And as you can see with our teachers and our staff, we are all here for your children. And you've made a great decision coming to Palms. And I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, families.